Hello, welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So today is one of those videos I love to make because it is my Black History TBR. So the month of February is a celebration of Black history in the US. So I tend to focus on books written by Black authors and different category. I try to do different genres and also participate in group reads from other people. So I have different categories that I use in my reading journal. So we are going to start with Blackathon, and they have different categories or different group reads, and the book that I want to read is from an author that I've read 2 of his books and I absolutely love it. So when I saw this, plus it was under the nanny category. Yeah, I know Nanny the Maroon and I'm Jamaican. So I decided to pick up Riot Baby, and I've been wanting to read it. And I love that it is small, but I love this author's tale and how he writes these stories, and typically they're of strong women. I don't know the whole idea of this book. And also I just noticed Marlon James blurbed it. So anyway, I'm going to read this for the group read. And this is going to be probably one of the first books I read because I just want to dive into this. The second group read is for Dee Dee from Brown Girl Reading, and that is for the Read So Lit. I will also be doing the daily challenge on Instagram, as well as a spotlight day. So you can follow me on Instagram, follow Dee Dee from Brown Girl Reading. Also follow the hashtag Read So Lit. There's plenty of people who are participating. And the book she has is Like Trees Walking, and this is a book that is probably going to be very heavy, but I'm going to get into it. I've never heard of the author, Revi Howard. I believe this is a debut. I want to say it's a debut. I'm not 100% sure, but when I do get into it, I will give you more detail about the author as well as the book. It's going to also be, it's a heavy read, so I will be reading this throughout the month. Let's get to romance. So I have quite a few books I want to read. A lot of them are short, but I think I'm going to put them in the mix. I might get to all of them, might not, but I think in between some of these books that are a bit heavy, that I want to be able to sprinkle some romance in them to break up, you know, that kind of heavy topic that these books are going to have. And the first one is, I've had this book for almost a year now, but I've been waiting to read this in the winter because it's such a winter book. And that is The Perfect Fit by Brenda Jackson. And this gives me travel, it gives me cabin, it gives me snow, those snow trips that you take. This is a woman that believes she is starting over, and you know, and it's just, I love stories like that. But I also love how the theme is winter, and I feel like I'm going to be just cozy wrapped up and reading this book. The next book is going to be book 8 for the St. Clair's Brother, and that is from Tina Martin. You know, 2 of her books made it to my top 5 favorite romance from last year. And this is Xander, and so I'm really want to get to that book because I think it's 8 books in the series, and this is number 8. I'm reading them out of order, guys. Don't pay me no mind. I'm reading them out of order. Then there's a short story, because this is from, I laughed when I saw the title of this, Fluffy. If you are Jamaican, you know what it means. So when I saw this, I said, you know what, it's a short erotica, and it says it's a Caribbean romance. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give this short story a chance, and then maybe I will venture more into this author because she has plenty of books. She is a Caribbean romance author. So I was like, you know what, we're going to give her a chance. And then, of course, my beloved Daniel Allen. I typically read at least one Daniel Allen every February. So she does have a new book that's coming out, but it's coming out the very last day in February, which I'm probably not going to get to. But I decided I'm going to do Business Casual because I have not read that book and I've heard good things about it. So that's going to be a possibility. Then we are heading over to classics. So on the classic side is a Harlem Renaissance Queen, and this is The Chinaberry Tree by Jessie Redmond Fawcett. And I am going to get into this. I love her stories, especially when she talks about young women and things that they have to do to make it through that period. And oftentimes it's not just only centered in Harlem. You sometimes get Jersey and sometimes you get Philadelphia in her Harlem Renaissance story. But she is the queen. So I'm looking forward to get into this. It's been on my TBR before and I didn't get to it last year, but it's going to be happening this year. So yeah. Now, nonfiction. Surprise, surprise. I have 3 on this list that I'm hopeful for. And the first one is a down home meal for these difficult times. And this focused on a lot of immigrants and the survival, and food is the focal point in the book. And I think this is going to be a really good, interesting nonfiction to get into. I don't read a lot of nonfiction, but the nonfiction that I do pick up has to draw me in somehow, and this one, yeah. The next one is, I don't know how I feel. This is about a podcast group. And the Truth Table is, they are different women, different, culture, and they're asked these questions, that surrounds different politics, sexuality, everything you could think of, but at the point of view from Christian women. And so I am looking forward to reading this, but I also think this might annoy me a little, but I'm open to reading their thoughts on certain things. So we'll see how this works out for me and if I actually complete it. The next book is, I am just taking a chance with this one, and it is I Am the Prize. And I think this is like an anthem for like a single person. Reason why I decided that I'm going to take a chance with this. 1 is short. 2, it has these exercises throughout. So as a certain topic is discussed, it asks you questions. See what this one. Be intentional, and it asks you questions at the end, and then there's this where you can write based on each topic that is discussed in the book. And this is more so, even though it's a book, I think I'm going to do it just to be honest of how the book pan out, and who is the intended target for this book. Because sometimes these books that is supposed to be sort of like a self-help or like a motivational book, like, it has a target audience. It doesn't necessarily mean it's everyone. So I'm going to take a chance with this and actually take it seriously and do these works that these questions in there, and get back to you guys and see how it worked out. So I'm going to be fair with this one and try it out just to see. And because I've never done nothing like this before, but I thought this was interesting. Again, this was also sent to me. I didn't pick it up. Now we get to literary stuff, and this one is the cover alone. The cover alone, I mean, post-traumatic. Chantel V. Johnson, I don't know this. Oh, this is a debut, so she's not popular. But this is about a lawyer. At first, when I saw this, I thought it was a nonfiction. And then I looked up and I said, oh, no, it's a novel. And this, again, was sent to me last year. This is interesting because it's about a lawyer, and there is a lot of mental issues going on in this. And I don't know the full gist of it, but I feel like it's going to be heavy, and I feel like it's going to be interesting. So, and it's been blurred by some really amazing people in the back. So I'm assuming it's probably a bit heavy. I mean, the title alone said it all. But this cover is just really good. I am here for this cover. So, yeah. And then the last book that I might get to, I don't know. It's not out yet. But this is the author that our book, The Yellow Wife, was my favorite book in 2021. So, The House of Eve. It is on a lot of people's TBR. A lot of people are talking about it. And rightfully so, because this author knows how to write a really good historical fiction. I'm a big historical fiction fan. Sorry, can't talk. And you guys know this because I read a lot of that. So I'm looking forward to this book. And I don't know a lot about it, and this is one of those authors that is just a author buy. Like, she comes out with a book, I'm just gonna purchase it because that's how much I love her first book. So this one, I it's a maybe for, it's definitely going to be read this year, but it's a maybe for February because, like I said, I don't have it yet, and I kind of feel like I want to just read a lot of the books that I have before I pick this one up. But it's a maybe. It is a strong maybe for this month. So that's it, guys. That is my TBR. Let me know if you're participating in any of these challenge, Blackathon, Read So Lit, if you plan on reading any of these books on the list, or what books are you like excited that is going to be released in February, that is from a Black author that you are looking forward to reading. Let me know, because I have not been keeping up with exciting new releases. I literally, I'm blindsided half the time because I haven't been focusing on any new books. But I'm curious to see what else is coming out that maybe you guys want to share with me, and I might be able to look up and say, oh, yeah, that author, I love that author, or oh, that book sounds interesting, kind of deal. So let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yay! All right. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and